All right,
You
I'm going
got
to go ahead and
this.
display it. Here we go. Listen to this alarming news. The video says breaking Russia says war after the U.S. flips stance on Ukraine war. Here we go.
Developments coming out today, September 24th, 2025. As take a look at the latest headlines with me. Russia says there's no choice but war after Trump U-turns on Ukraine. Now, after Trump's U-turn, can Ukraine restore its pre-border wars? So this coming out today, the 24th, as we're hearing that yesterday, we saw Donald Trump come out and make an announcement that any NATO members should shoot down Russian aircrafts, drones out of the sky if they're being violated. And in addition to that, he said that he believes that Ukraine could flip the war, take control, defeat Russia, take back all of its territory back to its original pre-war borders. And in addition to that, he said even could potentially take more as well. Man, let me know your thoughts now. That is why we're seeing this response coming out, as Russia is saying that war is now the only choice after Trump's U-turn. And let's take a look here now. This is what we saw coming out yesterday. Trump had said that NATO countries should shoot down Russian jets that violate the airspace. Now, in an extraordinary shift, Trump says Ukraine, they can win the war with Russia. And take a look at this coming out today. Now we're hearing that Russia is also delivering MiG-29 jets to Iranian Air Force as well. What do you think's going on here? Is Russia positioning and unifying with allies for a potential expansion of the war, as they are coming out and saying now, after what Donald Trump has said, war is the only way forward? Forget negotiations. We had actually heard Donald Trump vocalize this as well, that things had fallen apart. He had become very frustrated with Vladimir Putin. And now we're hearing Russia coming out and saying war is the only way forward. So for those of you that have been dropping war in the comments, saying that we're not going to have peace, we're going to have war, looks like you were right. Right now, what we're hearing today, September the 24th, 2025, is that this is the path forward. Now, the question is, how far into this war are we going to go? Is the Russia-Ukraine war going to spill over into NATO? If you think so, put yes. If you think no, put no. But what we're hearing is right now, Article 4 has already been initiated. The NATO nations are discussing this week how much they need to defend their territory against Russia. And if they decide they need to go to the next step, it's going to be Article 5, where all nations are going to be joining together against Russia in the NATO alliance. And we're hearing the United States has also vocalized that they will defend every inch of NATO territory, which means the United States would essentially be going to war with Russia. Now, we've heard that Donald Trump has said that he is willing to go this route. However, he says that NATO nations need to stop buying Russian oil. He said it makes you look ridiculous. You're potentially going to be going to war with somebody that you're still buying their oil. He said this needs to stop. But it looks like Russia is positioning, and I see people dropping yes into the comments. So I'm going to dive into the latest articles, put them on the screen, read right from them. As you know, I cite all my sources, try to hold myself to the highest level of accountability. You're going to be able to see the dates, see where they come from. They're hyperlinked in the descriptions. You can go ahead and click them, go read them for yourself if you'd like. But I'm going to put it on the screen, read right from it. And if you appreciate that, take a second before we dive in and hit that like button for me. In addition to that, subscribe if you want to stay up to date. It is totally free. Why not? I'll keep you up to speed on everything. Pretty much doing daily updates now. Yesterday did 2 updates in one day because there was so much going on with Donald Trump addressing the United Nations, having all kinds of meetings, discussing what's going on with Russia, Ukraine, Iran, Hamas. There's so much taking place. I'll keep you up to date on everything. Now, in addition to that, I wanted to mention before we dive into the video footage that if you're retired or you know somebody that's retired and you're living on those fixed incomes coming in all the time from Social Security or your retirement, right now, it's pretty hard to keep up with inflation, the way things are going. And we got potential global conflict in the mix as well. There's a lot of uncertainty. So if you've worked your entire life, 30, 40, 50 years to save up a nest egg, you're seeing that erode away really quickly within.
They were right here at it. I mean, I just have a hard time, thinking that we can make it a whole nother year. I just don't see it. What are your thoughts?